Hi, I'm Allison for Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, and today we're going to talk about drying your dog with the hot dryer. All right, kids, one of my most important tips or tricks or just ways, theories that you should be drying your dog is, yes, velocity dryers are fantastic. We use them on every single coat type. We have a video for you about that. But if you have been to any of Leading Edge Dog Show Academy's full courses, which I invite you to check out, you know that you absolutely need a hot dryer. So what is a hot dryer? Well, a hot dryer isn't a blaster, it isn't a force dryer, it isn't a velocity dryer, it isn't basically a dryer with a hose and a nozzle. It is a separate dryer that has a heating element. So this dryer is going to have a heating element in it. You can see here that I can turn the heat to low or high. This does not have a heating element. Yes, these velocity dryers, many of them get 10 to 15 degrees warmer than the air in the room, but they do not have a heating element. Where your hot dryer, and I say hot dryer to just, so I'm not saying hand dryer or a stand dryer. So it can be a hand dryer, such as the one you'd use on your own hair, or a stand dryer, such as, I have in my salon that also has a heating element in it. Those are really crucial. They are crucial for many things. They are crucial to lock in the style. If you have ever groomed your dog for hours and hours and hours and not used a hot dryer and then wondered why the blow dry, the blow out didn't last, it's because you didn't seal that in with heat. If you're trying to correct a cowlick, if you're trying to make your dog look like it has more body or the hair is straighter or curlier and you're not using a hot dryer, that is why you are failing, right? So let's dive in and talk about when we're going to use the hot dryer. All right, double coated breeds. So our Shelties, our Aussies, those breeds that have that double coat, I'm using my velocity dryer to get that dog 85 to 95% dry. No question, this is your workhorse when it comes to those breeds. But make no mistake, to get the dog bone dry, to make sure those top lines are staying how you want, and to really lock in the style that you have put into drying your dog, you need the velocity dryer. You need a hot dryer, right? So you've, dried your dog, you've used a systematic and stylized routine to get the hair where you want it, but you have to lock that in with the heat of a hot dryer. So you're gonna use this. A lot of times I'm using my velocity dryer without a brush in my other hand. When you're using the hot dryer, typically you have a brush in the other hand, okay? Then for my drop coated breeds, this is my workhorse, right? Sometimes I never use a velocity dryer on my drop coated breeds. I dry the entire thing only with a hot dryer. You're using a hot dryer and a slicker brush on the legs and the belly coat, and a hot dryer with a very perfectly aligned pin brush for the rest of the coat. The hot dryer is where the money is for those drop coated breeds. You don't ever want to see somebody using a velocity dryer on the long coat of a drop coated breed and just seeing that hair hit, the end of the airstream and be twirling around on herself. No, you need to dry those drop coats very carefully. Think of like round brushing your own hair. That's how you're going to use the hot dryer with your drop coated breed. Now again, our scissored coat types, that's when we kind of marry the first two coat types together and what we're using. You're using this absolutely on our scissored coat type to get the majority of the water out, right? And to get that hair standing out straight from the root. But if you aren't using your hot dryer to dry that hair, to make it stand perfectly where you want to, and really get that body in while using a dryer, you are missing the boat. You are going to get your dog dry so much quicker, and the blow dry is going to last so much longer if you're using your hot dryer. Now, Setter Spaniels. Yes, for Setter Spaniels, I'm using my velocity dryer on the jacket. The jacket's going to be about 95% dry, but I can never get it 100% dry with my velocity dryer. And just like the drop coated breeds, I am using this dryer on all of that long, flowy furnishing coat, right? So I'm using it on their furnishings, on their legs, on their ears. This is when you really get that. You're not going to get that hair to be straight and stay straight with a velocity dryer. You absolutely need a pin brush and a hot dryer to get those Setter Spaniel coat types completely dry and completely straight. Now, thinking about smooth coated dogs, you might think, oh, well, I definitely don't need this for a smooth coated dog. Well, If you don't have a velocity dryer, definitely using your own hair dryer, your dog is gonna thank you. Dogs don't want to be wet. Definitely in the winter, they don't want to be wet and cold. So it's really important that you use this hot dryer. As well, smooth coated dogs that have a longer tail can get a cold in their tail, right? We've all seen dogs that, you know, after a bath, the next day they can't hold their tail perfectly out or up. It kind of like goes out a little bit and then drops down like it's dead. That's actually inflammation in the tail. It's actually pretty painful for the dog, like at that point where they can't kind of put it up. That's why they can't put it up. And how does that happen? Well, the coat was dry or damp and your dog probably laid down against a cold wall, against a crate or somewhere, and then just inflammation just happened there. It's like a cold in their tail. And if you simply just used your hot dryer, even your hand or a nice soft bristle brush, and just really made sure that your dog was dry all over, you could alleviate a lot of that problem of having a cold tail or something else. Now, the last coat type we're going to talk about is our wire coat type. So our wire coat type, I like to use my velocity dryer on the jacket. But then I like to finish up the jacket and use my bristle brush and really put a little bit of elbow grease into it and push that jacket hair as straight as possible, using the heat to make that style, that the hair stay nice and flat, close and tight to the body. Then I like to use my hot dryer to brush up that wire coat, to make the legs stand out and look puffy, to make that Westie head look perfect, right? And this is where you are going to use the hot dryer, you know, kind of in combination with your velocity dryer. You can use a slicker brush on the legs while you're using your velocity dryer, or a pin brush, but a bristle brush while you're using the hot dryer on that jacket to get it to lay close and tight to the body. So the next time you're thinking about drying your dog and you're trying to figure out what dryer to use or what dryer is the most important, maybe you're traveling somewhere and you only have the ability to take one of these pieces of equipment with you. I hope that it helped today to figure out when and where the hot dryer is the most important. I hope that helped. Hey everyone, thanks for watching today's video. Please leave us a comment below, let us know what you thought, and as well, if you have any ideas for future content that you'd like to see, you can put them down there as well. You can head over to leadingedgedogshow.com where you can find our free, premium, and subscription content, and we'd love to have you join us there. As well, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you never miss another free video tutorial. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.